We are live. This
Oh,
is episode 313, whatever we want to
Tree
call it.
13.
313, because the land of the Irish, they don't say trees, they're like the Asians.
Tree 13.
313. Play so many
Anthony, it's good to
bars.
see your face, man.
My face is happy to see you too.
I'm glad. I'm glad. It's been a serious weekend in combat,
Hmm.
in mats, in cages, all over the world, and we're gonna get into that. We are gonna get into that. But before we do, Anthony, or maybe that's the right way into it. Anthony, what did you?
Not much. A lot has happened in the jiu-jitsu world from some people close and some people far. So, the owner of the gym I train at currently, SAS, Mr. Ray Terry, two first names, won purple belt. He won gold in his division for purple belt no-gi pans, and then won bronze in the absolute, which is pretty cool. That was
That
cool.
is fucking excellent. He's not even a big guy, yeah.
No, he's not a big guy at all. So I was like, it's pretty cool. He's a wrist
About
locker.
what does he weigh? Do
Probably.
you know what weight class he was in?
I
It's
do.
okay if you don't know.
I don't know if I know, but I think I have it within like relatively quickly finding it.
Like
History.
he's got to be a middleweight at the heaviest.
Let's see. Boo 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 boo. It's gonna take too long, but I can find it
I'm just
quickly.
saying, it's not like he's a super heavyweight
Right.
and he got a medal in the absolute. He's not a giant guy. Like I've trained with him
He's at the
before.
heavy. Actually, he's in. Yeah, he's in heavy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
so he's been eating
Yeah, he's been eating.
and lifting the heavy things.
Lifting a lot of heavy things.
Still though, I don't consider him to be a big guy. There's heavy and then there's like ultra heavy.
Right.
There's the weight classes in jujitsu are misleading. So heavyweight doesn't necessarily mean you're a giant guy. Like in MMA, heavyweight means you're a fucking gargantuan human being.
Right.
That's not the same in jujitsu.
It's not. Also, we also have another one. What's his name? Mr. Schertzer, who is
Oh,
still a wee blue belt.
how did he do?
He got, let's see, lost by points to a black belt and brown belt. Took third in advance. First in the gi. My gi matches only had about 8 minutes of match time for 4 matches.
Yeah,
He's like,
out here piecing people up,
he's like
and he lost to a black belt. What is that?
black and brown belt by on points.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
and
yeah, out here competing with black belts and brown belts. Not a surprise to me,
yeah,
you know.
he's like he breaks down his achievements and stats. Had one heel hook finish, two guillotines, three bow and arrows, two chokes from the back. He's like solid.
Yes, I agree. Very solid, aka Thigh Matt,
Thigh Matt.
doing his fucking thug dizzle.
Yeah.
I love it.
His not being unaware of himself is what works out for him the best, and I love him for that.
Spectacular. I'm just glad that people that started training in that transitional period in my life are still training right now. Like that shit is sick as fuck to me.
Yeah.
Like that shit is so dope to me. Like the fact that I got to be a part of his journey is fucking cool because he's gonna be a nasty motherfucking black belt.
Yeah,
Like, he's
I'm like, but
a nasty black belt.
my thing is this is like, what are they like? What's going on down there? What are they drinking in Florida? It's like, can we just like get him a purple belt? Like, you just throw it at him already? What's the deal? Like, is like he
I mean, look, but he wasn't raised by them. This is the thing. Like I don't know anything about his instructors this way,
right?
right?
Yeah,
I'm only speculating and I'm talking about the culture of jujitsu as a whole. When somebody comes into a team with a belt on, right? And he came into a team with a blue belt on, they're like, okay, yeah, he might be fucking people up, but does he know this?
right.
Because if he was my purple belt, he would have to know this. It's like, all right, cool, whatever. Like, make up whatever fucking standards you want. And when he surpasses it, you'll eventually give him the belt. But he's going to have to surpass whatever the expectations are. Like, in general, like if you go to another school with a color belt on, the teacher is likely to hold you back a grade. You know what I'm saying?
It's so
He's going
sick.
to wait. And is that stupid?
Fuck yeah.
Of course it's stupid. But the entire belt culture is pretty stupid.
Yeah.
So like once you accept that part of it, then you can be like, all right, well, it's just a part of the process because I moved into another team and I will just put up with this dumb thing because once they put the purple belt on me, I bet you get the brown belt fast as fuck. Like because then you're their guy.
Yeah.
They look at you differently. Like, oh, he's a purple belt under me. You know, like that's what the guy wants to say.
Yeah.
One of my blue belts, yeah, this blue belt trains at my school. But when he puts the purple belt on you, he'll be like, yeah, my purple belt. Yeah, I gave him his purple. Like then all of a sudden he'll be like claiming you and all your achievements and shit.
So weird.
But it is weird. But it's a part of the fucking way that the culture is. So yeah. But shout out to Thai Matt.
Yeah, dude.
Too sweet.
Just probably, like, dude. I wish I could. I'll probably send you the video afterwards. But dude, like, he hits a nasty sequence in like 30 seconds. It's like, oh, like you really are a psycho. Like he just does like a drag to a single, takes him down, passes, and is already attacking for like a guillotine. It's like in like 30. And I was like, oh, you just like. He's like, yeah, it was just some shitter blue belt that I just pieced up real quick.
Sometimes you just gotta demolish somebody.
It's like, oh, that's so gross, bro. Like, get out of there. Like, you're like, bro, get out of there. Like, you shouldn't be in that division.
Sometimes you gotta demolish enough people to make people realize, like, hey, I'm a higher level than you're saying, you know. And he'll continue to do that. He'll continue to do that. And like the thing that's inspiring to me about Matt in general, and a new friend of mine too, is the idea of people that play games excelling at jujitsu faster. Like people that understand game theory and game strategy excelling at jujitsu at a rapid rate.
Yeah.
And like there's a guy that was doing privates with me and now he's training at a school like Javi Dominguez' school, and I train there too a couple times a week if I can. And we took a class together and I rolled them for the first time, like not as a person who's teaching him, right? So like touching him, trying to do shit, but not caring whether or not he executed what we went over today or last week. Just like, let's just see what happens. And like, not trying to murder you, but not trying to see what you're going to do. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like rolling with you like you're my training partner, not like you're my student. And he still did pretty well. He did pretty well considering like he's just a white belt, right? Yeah. But it's because he understands how games work. He's good at games. And so you teach him something, you're like, no, if you close your elbow here, and then I can't, blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh. Like you see it click in his eyes in a different way. And I remember seeing that when I was teaching Matt shit too. It would be like, I could see him mapping it in his head. Like, oh, I can't go that way, or that way, but I could probably go this way, right? All right, cool.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like it's all just written out. It's so scary. So scary.
It's so scary.
It's so scary.
Yeah, so that all makes me happy. So shout out to Ray. I've only met him really a few times, like really spent any time with him a few times, but I only have good thoughts of that guy. And I'm happy to see gold on his motherfucking neck. And happy that he's been able to give a home to so many people that I fucking care about to train jujitsu. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I'll always be grateful for that shit. Like, it's something I don't even think I've ever publicly said, but it's something that I definitely think. Like, there's people I left without a teacher in Ohio, and I'm just glad that there were schools that were able to absorb some of those people and make sure they had a place to fucking train and raise one of those guys. So like, seeing gold on his neck is fucking dope. Now, there was another piece of news out of the no-gi pans that I think is notable, and that's Andrew Wiltsey getting second place, getting a silver medal in the adult black belt division in his weight class. And I saw the picture of the podium. And I remember when I was a wee brown belt in 2011. And I was in the silver medal spot in the gi pans in my division. And I wasn't flexing. I didn't feel good about where I was. I felt that I lost the gold medal. That's how it felt to me that day.
You lost it.
Right? I lost the gold medal. I did not win the silver. That's not how I felt. Even though I did roll well for most of the day, I made a mistake that got me second place instead of first place, and it broke my fucking heart. I cried for hours. For hours. But I see Andrew Wiltsey on the podium, double bicep, all his teeth showing, like happy as fuck to be there. And it looked genuine, and that made me happy too. But then I thought about, like, there's another way to look at that. And like, he worded it in his Instagram post that he won the silver medal. I'm pretty sure that's what I read. And you can fact check me right now on the low, but I'm pretty sure that his post is the one that I saw with the double bicep and the smile, and that he said he won the silver medal. And I commend him for feeling that way. I take no issue with that. You look at how hard that guy trains and the crew he's with and the conditions that they live in order to train at the level that they train at. I mean, like, how can you have anything but respect for that guy?
Yeah.
And if a guy that fucking hard wants to smile at the silver, then more power to him. It's up to him to interpret what that means, right? But there's another crew of hard charging motherfuckers, and I don't think that when they get silver medals, they would word it that way. They wouldn't say, I won the silver. They'd be like, I lost. In fact, when they don't submit people, they basically behave as if they've lost. And I'm talking about